This is weaving session, but the old session. So we're having old machines, but they're still working. So whenever we have so much work in that side, we offload to this side.
So whatever we are going to see is now an updated technology.
That is it.
All right.
Yes. Now this weaving. Remember, in weaving, all the machines, they are called looms. This is a warpian. These are the warpians. Yes, going this way. And the warpians, this side. These are the warpians, going across like this.
So let's see how they interface.
Yes. From this other machine, the warpian is going across. From the other point, coming this way. And these are the warpians going this way.
Where are the warpians?
This is the warpian.
Warpians.
Yes, going this way.
This way.
Yes.
And then my webpians?
From the other end.
Oh, here.
They are able to control the tension all through. You see, this one is having a balloon. There's a lot of tension here. But with the accumulator, you're able to regulate the tension.
And then now they interface with
the interlace there, exactly.
Alright.
You see where those, they are called hill shafts. So where the hill shafts are going this way, that's where interlacement happens.
Right. So this is a weaved.
This one, the way it is, we call it grey cloth. Grey in the sense that it is in its natural state. At the grey. Yes.
So after my warpians and webpians have interfaced, we get our grey
cloth. So all the machines here, they are looms. They run in different times, depending with the order. That's why you can see. Some are too heavy.
So this is a bit heavier.
It's a bit heavier.
So these are the ones that we use double.
Or heavy yarn.
Yeah, either heavy yarn or a double yarn. Alright, so help us understand when we are talking about quality assurance, checking our grey clothes.
Yes.
What are we looking at?
We are looking at a number of factors.
Right.
A number of elements. One, we are checking defects. Could be some holes, maybe which are made by some broken metallic pieces, or even these edges. They're called selvages. For example, this one, the customer required an open selvage. So that's why you see it's not tacked like this. Quite often, we require a selvage. Sometimes, you might be having a selvage properly tacked, but now there are frills. There are fibers which are protruded like this. Here, they'll correct by just trimming. But they report back to the machine operator that check that machine, maybe the tacking unit is not working properly. Sometimes, maybe a machine could be leaking. So you get stains of oil.
Right.
So, but most important, after you check everything, you need to check how many meters of fabric do we have. This way we store our grey cloth after inspection and also after knowing how many meters they are. We have different codes. The grey cloth coming out of weaving, we call them articles, depending with the fiber composition or the construction of the fabric or the dimension. Be shorter or too heavy, or maybe a combination of polyester cotton fabric or 100% cotton. So we keep them in different compartments based on that.
And after here we go to process.
Now exactly, yes. This machine is called racing machine. Racing machine is a machine making the fabric, a mechanical finish to the fabric. It makes surface feel to be soft. You can feel this fabric. It's a bit soft, dyed, maroon color. Something going on here. It's called racing. So racing process is a mechanical process where the fabric surface is being rubbed like this.
And where did the dyeing happen?
Now I'll show you the machine doing the dyeing. These ones are mostly made for baby blankets. The first machine for making, doing the desizing and also bleaching it to make it white. And another process called scouring.
So at this point still our product is called the grey fabric?
Yes, up to this machine.
Yes.
All these machines are synchronized together.
Alright.
From the first machine, this one called is singeing machine, it burns the surface of the fabric so that no fibers are protruding like this. Even when you wear your fabric later, no fibers will protrude. There's this. This is where we'll have our chemicals. Now they've finalized the operation. All the chemicals will be here. Remember what we added in the sizing section. So all the desizing chemicals will be
here.
Yes,
and
put
then
here.
The grey has to pass
through here.
Where does the drying happen?
Now, after you have done here, you wash this fabric. When that chemical has acted on the fabric properly, and all the impurities have been removed,
How long is that process so that you make sure that, yes, the chemical has done the work that it was supposed to do?
The first phase of impregnating is very simple. For 3,000 meters, you do less than an hour or 1.5 hours. But then you need to have an incubation period of not less than 8 hours. Then after that, you wash. This is a washing machine. up to the dryer.
And what will happen? What will I notice in a fabric whereby this process of the chemical process where we are removing the starch and all these impurities wasn't done correctly?
If ultimately you want to make it this color, to use it for dyeing, it will not pick the dye properly. I mean evenly. So you'll see patches like this.
That is a clear indicator that impurities were not well removed from your fabric.
Exactly. This machine is for adding color. The top part is for drying. There are different methods of dyeing. If you're dyeing 100% cotton fabric, the dyes, we call them reactive dyes. So the process don't require that heat. But when you're dyeing polyester, the dyes you normally use are called disperse. After dyeing, you need to do what you call thermosoling, or you fixing disperse dye properly. And that you require heat, and that is the reasons why we're having this machine. The ones we're having here are continuous dyeing machines. Mostly for tie and dye is called batch dyeing. This one is called masterizing machine. It is strategically placed here because of the purpose of dyeing going on. It's not for dyeing, it uses more of alkali, a lot of alkali. So the fabric...
Now there's a lot of heat here.
Yes, what they're doing here, they're dyeing and then washing. After washing, they're drying. So these are dryers, they're drying cylinders.
So this is drying already dyed fabric. So
we have different colors. So depending on the production plan and the order, you do different colors. When you're done here, we do what we call calendaring. Calendar. This is a calendar machine. However, there is a special term, industrial ironing. This is the one doing the ironing. You've seen the kitenge fabrics nicely ironed. This machine, this one is purely for whitening. And same time, a process called scouring. Scouring process is just removal of impurities. This is now the ultimate white fabric. The customers normally come and buy white fabrics. Yes. They say, this is bed sheet. From here, you can decide. Maybe you want to sell it the way it is, or print. So you can have a white background, but printed fabric.
Right.
So from here, I can take it for printing. Basically what is happening here is stitching. So we are joining pieces of different parts of a garment. So they just join. Their side is branding, doing embroidery like what you're seeing here.
Please tell us roughly the number of people that you have working here and also what that demographic looks like. Are we having more youth taking up space in the value addition of agriculture?
Yes, actually as you observed as we moved along, virtually most of the people working here are young people. Let me say an average of 26. That's why it's even better for us. Whenever we introduce a technology, they pick very fast. In this particular division, the garment section or the fashion and apparel, as we call it, is most of them are ladies. The other side, good number of them are men.
And in the design parts?
Design part, it's like half-half.
And roughly how many people have you created employment for?
Directly more than 2,000.
What, on a daily?
Yes, but in different shifts. Remember, we're having shops across the country. Now indirectly, we have also, remember the cotton farmers are supporting,
Yes.
Indirectly, those are our employees in a way.
Right.
Yeah. Like what you saw, the massive consumption of cotton that we require and that we are using, we require so much of cotton in a way that at least in a day more than 70 bales, 14 tons of lint in a day. With that, every day we strive to ensure that there is cotton across the country so that we're able to satisfy the need of our factory. And this, there are a number of things we're doing. One, we are supporting farmers through issuance of seeds and good quality seed.
Now we have seen you work very closely with farmers in cooperatives.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell us why that is very important for Rivertex and also how many cooperatives you are supporting. Okay.
We are supporting farmers through the cooperatives. More than 100 cooperative societies across the country. Primarily for us, we are focused on cotton. What we're doing is ensure that for them, they have the proper data of farmers. They know how many farmers they have and how many acres each farmer is committed to plant cotton every season.
Right.
We go around checking on that. At the same time, we try to make it as effective as possible, so that when you have these forums, we have people training. Here, we have a resident agronomist. However, we also bring in other people, like the guys who are selling chemicals and other value chain actors, to help these farmers for them to know, one, what is going on in the textile field, we call it cotton, textile and apparel value chain, for them to be aware. We agree on the price of cotton, though across now the country as stakeholders. The current price for the farmer is 72 shillings per kilo.
And it's an increase because it used to be at 52. Yes. And is there going to be another increase?
Exactly. I foresee because it was 52. Then we sat and agreed we raised it to 65. But then along the way, we agreed to be 72. So now the price is prevailing is 72, which is a good price. Across even East Africa, this is a good price.
Yes.
Mainly, our main task, because you see cotton had gone down for some time, we are now trying to revive our main focus is to ensure that we get cotton from Kenya, based on the spirit of Buy Kenya, Build Kenya. That is the main focus.
We used to be doing very, very well in cotton production.
Yes.
But countries like Tanzania and Uganda took over. We are now even importing from them.
Yes.
What is it that they are doing so right that we need to catch up on as a country?
They became consistent, and among the things they've done is focusing on the right quality of seed, and also netting in so many farmers come in, even if they're small scale, but as many farmers as possible.
Right.
And this is the approach we are more or less following. Though we're trying to, there's something else we've tried to maybe better than them, focusing specifically on the BT cotton. It's superior in quality, and at the same time, you use less chemicals to spray. There's high production in it, and also high returns.
Right. As we wind up this conversation, look at all these young, amazing people making all these outfits. But there's the challenge, the competition with Mitumba.
Yes.
All right, which has been a very great threat to this industry. What are some of the regulations we're going to be able to put in place so that we make sure, as much as we're increasing the production of cotton, we also don't lose the market to second-hand clothes?
That is the thing we're working on through the Kenya Association of Manufacturers in the textile sector. So we are focusing on all these imports. The things we have brought in, the textiles which are brought in, they're supposed to be taxed. That is going on. Because without tax, this whatever is being brought here will be the lowest prices. The lowest prices, it will kill this market, the other market.
Yes.
So at least having the proper tax, which is now in place, maintaining it, but at the same time trying to iron out whatever is going on within Kenya. Right. So far, we thank God. At least there are some interventions. One, very good skilled labor. And very industrious Kenyans, very, very skilled labor, very good. The machinery is good, most of the industries around the country. And also all the value chain stakeholders are supporting each other to focus on growing cotton, at the same time now making the garments.
Thank you so very much, Charles,
Thank
for
you,
talking
Gina.
to us and giving us the entire tour at Rivertex and continue with the good job that you're doing. All right, now we have come to the end of this fantastic feature we did promise you right here at Kenya's Gold. As we explore the entire cotton value chain, we're going to take you all the way from the farm to the final destination where that cotton lint becomes that outfit that you're wearing, be it to work, to school, or at home. That and a lot more has been learned right here at Rivertex in Eldoret, being the biggest milling textile factory in East Africa. An amazing job being done by this young, fantastic fashion and apparel designers. Give yourselves a round of applause. Yeah. Don't go anywhere. Keep watching. Now, there you go.